Hello and welcome to Thought for September the 4th. Our readings are 2 Kings chapter 9, Lamentations chapter 5, and 2 Corinthians chapters 3 and 4. And our thought is, our inner nature is being renewed day by day. This statement by Paul in today's reading, 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 16, really sums up what we aim to achieve by reading portions of God's Word every day. Of course, this depends on the spirit with which we read. Many face the challenge each day of finding adequate time to read, and then we have little or no time for meditation on what we have read. But it is important to make an effort to do this, for it multiplies in our minds the effectiveness of our reading. In this ever more godless world, many have times of difficulty and frustration to face and overcome. Note what Paul says next. For this slightly momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison. Verse 17. Nearly all have some positive things in their daily experiences, and if we highlight these in our minds, they are invaluable in preventing worldly concerns from dominating our thoughts. It is God's Word that helps most of all, but that depends how we read it, how receptive our minds are, what we look for. We try to demonstrate this in the daily thoughts we circulate. We all experience things which tend to frustrate us, but Paul says we do not lose heart, verse 16. And as we see his list of afflictions, ours are nothing in almost every case. The reason why Paul did not lose heart was because he did not look on things that are seen, but to things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Verse 18. Let's try harder to follow his way of thinking. We have climbed a few mountains in our younger days, and for much of the time we climbed surrounded by clouds. But then suddenly there is a break in the clouds and we realise both how much we have climbed, but greater still, we marvel at the vista of the distant scene that suddenly unfolds. Is not progress in the believer's life like this? Now, Jeremiah is an exception to the general experience of light affliction. As we completed reading his Lamentations today, we noted his lament, "We get our bread at the peril of our lives. The joy of our hearts has ceased." Lamentations 5 verses 9 and 15. And we think this could be happening at times to some of our brethren in far reaches of the planet and in one or two places in Africa, and maybe even among those in other areas whom the government is trying to return to their homeland. For all these, Paul's words are really full of meaning, and it is vital, and they know it is vital, that their inner nature is being renewed day by day. They may sometimes feel somewhat as Paul felt. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed, perplexed, but not driven to despair, struck down, but not destroyed. Chapter 4, verses 8 and 9. Let us include them in our prayers, sensing how it helps in the renewal of our own inner nature, remembering what we read in chapter 1, verse 11. And so then, my friends, thank you for opening up the pages of the Bible with me today, remembering that that word is a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.